Hey, how's everybody doing? My name's Parker Hampton, for y'all that didn't know that. And, I hope everybody's doing well in these hard times, and I hope everybody's staying healthy. Same thing as your families. Today, I'm going to be doing a speech over the cultural differences in public and private schools. So, to begin with that, I know some of y'all in class, y'all have attended private schools, some of y'all have attended public schools. Some of y'all might even be homeschooled. I truthfully do not know. But, in between private and public schools, there are a lot of major cultural differences. And not many people really understand that have gone to public schools or gone to private schools their whole life. I was one of the kids that went from public to private, and it was a major culture shock. Completely different. Had no idea what I was getting myself into. And honestly, I mean, it helped me for the better. But today, I'm going to go into some of the details on, the major differences in the two schools. So to begin with, what is a private school? Private school is usually a academic school or a sports school that you have to be accepted into due to a waiting list or anything along those lines. For the most part, private schools are higher academic level schools. You can consider them a prep school, I guess you could say. And for public schools, most of those schools are just inner city schools or even outer city. Being in Kentucky now, even outer city schools that are, government funded, and they just have all different zoning rules for different kids to go there. It's a big mix up of a whole bunch of different kids. So like the main thing how they differ is, for private schools, like I said earlier, the academic level, it varies dealing with private schools. Usually public schools are just general education, unless you take like online advanced classes or, like college algebra or anything like that. Usually the public school is just a general education, just normal, just go to school, do the normal things that you're supposed to be doing for your grade. But for a private school, a lot of the times, majority of the time, you're going to be a year ahead. Like at the one I went to, I was a year ahead. So I was a senior taking college level classes, getting prepared for college. It was basically like a prep school, I guess you could say. Going to a private school, usually they're all uniform based, which is a big cultural thing. They want everybody feeling and looking the same so they can all learn the same. And me coming from a big 3,000 person school, it was kind of hard to adjust to that because majority of the time, people were trying to figure out what to wear or what looked good to wear that day. They weren't really focused on trying to get their learning for the day. They were more focused on how they looked and how they act during school. So whenever I transferred from, Station Camp, my old school, which was a public school, to Goodpasture Christian School, it was a big main difference. And another big key thing is most private schools are religion based. That's a big, cultural thing, being based off of a Christian religion. The one that I went to, it was a major difference for me. Trying to, adapt to that and, just make that into my everyday schedule that, it was a God-based school. And same thing with, the public schools. They try to, I guess you could say, like, write out religion just because of some cultural views in their public schools. They don't want to seem biased or anything like that, which is completely understandable. And honestly, in both schools, you will be receiving a good education. It's honestly what you get out of it and what you put in to get out of it. But in my opinion, I believe that the private schools are just a little bit higher on their education level in the way that it's taught and the way that you learn it. that's just a personal opinion. But I hope all of y'all enjoy my speech, and I hope everybody continues to stay healthy and just continue on working.